Alright guys, it's Stephen here on BlueMoonRisingTV, and it's the day after Pep Guardiola's first game in charge as Manchester City manager, and it's also the first day after our first pre-season friendly. Yes, we lost 1-0, but friendlies aren't as simple as that, and there was a lot of positives to take and a lot of talking points too, so we're going to fire through a few of them now. And the first thing I want to talk about was Pep Guardiola's style. Now, the thing immediately clear for me was that his trademark style, his possession, his high-intensity pressing, that was already evident from the very first minute. This is fascinating to see, given the fact he's only been with the team for around 3 weeks. A lot of the players involved last night were kids as well. So he's already kind of having his influence in the squad. We saw all the high-intensity pressing. We saw the likes of Kelechi, Navas, Barker when they were together, all press as a unit initially. Then we saw the midfield push up. We saw a chance created from it as well. Zinchenko had a half-decent chance after Iheanacho pushed really well. And we saw that constantly throughout the team. And that's something that we've lacked in recent years. We've seen kind of half attempts at it during Pellegrini's reign. I remember seeing Sterling, when he joined the start of last season, pushing forward and looking to his teammates to say, where are you? Why aren't you pressing at the same time? Because a pressing unit needs to move as a unit. And it didn't happen very often last season. And hopefully that should now be implemented. And we also saw the possession football. We saw the centre-back split with the keepers, Caballero and Gunn, playing it short. And then when they worked the ball down the wings, back across the middle, in general, kept their composure and kept possession. And that's just after 3 weeks. Now imagine when we got all our senior players back. Imagine when they're a little bit more used to his methods in training. It could be beautiful to watch. And the early signs are very encouraging. And the second point I want to talk about was Angelino. Now, he was absolutely excellent last night. A real delightful kind of ball of energy and creativity. He's had his critics, and probably rightfully so, when he was at New York. A lot of people said he couldn't defend, and I'll be honest, I've watched a lot of him in the EDS under 18s, and that probably is his one weakness. But the most encouraging thing for me, and it's the one thing he has that most people can't really be taught, he has an understanding of the game. He has excellent football intelligence. He's constantly giving and going. He moves very, very intelligently. He's very kind of technical as a footballer. He has an excellent touch and great vision as well. And he's obviously got a lot of pace too. He reminds me a little bit of a young Jordi Alba. And I've really got a feeling, and I've been saying this for a very long time, so I was delighted to see it, that Guardiola will love him for those reasons. You don't have to necessarily be a great natural defender to be effective in a Guardiola team, because his teams tend to be about organisation and shape and being in the right place at the right time. And if you could learn that, Angelino, well, he's got everything potentially to be a very exciting player for us. So fingers crossed he's involved more. And three, the absentees. Quite a few people are asking us in the comments saying, where are certain players? Where's so-and-so? People ask where Company was. Now, he's obviously only just got back into training. He's still recovering from his injury, so that's understandable. And also the likes of Sanya, Mangala, De Bruyne, Nolito, Sterling Hart. They're obviously just started training too as well. But the one noticeable absent was Nasri. It's a bit of an elephant in the room, that one, because a lot of people said he'd be involved. He was training too, as far as we're aware, so you do wonder if there's something more to it than that. I hope not. I'm sure it could just be that he had a knock, but he wasn't involved. He was the only senior player in the party that wasn't used, that was potentially available. A few other kids weren't, like Horsfield, Humphries, Manu Garcia. But yeah, Nasri wasn't. You'd think he would be a Guardiola player, but who knows? Maybe there's something more to this. Maybe it's as simple as that. He had a knock and he'll be involved on Monday, which I'm sure time will tell. The fourth thing, youth. Obviously, this is an area close to my heart. As a massive advocate of the academy, I found it absolutely fascinating to see how much of an impact he's already had on certain young players. I sat with frustration over the last 2 years watching Pellegrini, in my opinion, waste a whole talented generation of potential stars for us who could have been integrated a lot earlier and could have been a lot longer down the line in their development. Last night was absolutely wonderful for me personally. I watched the likes of Adebayo look confident. I watched Pablo Maffeo stroll around, Batiki looking strong, excellent, Gunn looking decent in goal, and it was great. We've got a lot of talent in this club. Maffeo, he was the EDS Player of the Year the season before last when he was 17 playing at centre-back at only 5'7". He's got a big future in the game, and Guardiola himself said that him and Angelino were amazing, and I agree. Get these players involved. They will save us a fortune in the transfer market, and it feels that much sweeter when they break through because they understand this club, because they've been here for a long time. And the best thing about it is they cost absolutely nothing. So fingers crossed we'll see a little bit more of them during the next pre-season game, hopefully against United. And the fifth thing is, well, you can't always change everything. Bony, and maybe to a smaller extent, Navas, were still Bony and Navas. I don't want to hate on Bony because I think he means well, I think he cares, but he still looked a little bit sloppy. It is the first game back in pre-season, I understand all that, but he still had problems with his touch. He was going out of play every time he tried to control the ball, and I do wonder if Guardiola can mould him into a Manchester City player. I'm sure he has got goals in him somewhere still, because you can't become a bad footballer overnight, but I'm not sure if he's going to be suitable for what we want going forward, and surely it's only a matter of time before he moves on. And likewise, Navas, functional, he'll probably stay, but there was still plenty of times when he hit the first man, which we've become very familiar with. But yeah, that is it, basically. What did you make of the game last night? Do you think there's anything more to the Nasri thing? Let us know in the comments. And who else were you impressed with? What did you reckon of the youth involved last night? What did you make of the style of play in general? And what are you looking forward to for the derby on Monday if that goes ahead? Get in the comments below. Drop a like on the video, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.